Monthly bank statements often arrive as a confusing mix of shifting balances and administrative fees that lack a clear, itemized origin. Paying these bills without verification empowers the financial institution. You are essentially accepting their ledger as the absolute truth, regardless of its accuracy. This dynamic changes when you stop acting as a consumer and adopt the status of a fiduciary trustee. Under this legal framework, you have a mandatory duty to preserve and protect every asset under your control. This creates a direct conflict with traditional banking. If a trustee pays a bill that hasn't been subjected to an enforceable audit, they are committing a breach of their fiduciary duty. But the trustee is also in a bind. Simply withholding payment triggers a default, allowing the bank to move against your credit and assets. To resolve this, you need a protective trust action, a hybrid legal and technical process designed to satisfy the debt while maintaining a strict audit trail. Adopting the legal posture of a sovereign trustee replaces passive compliance with a structural defense, ensuring the institution cannot extract funds without providing proof. This defense is executed through the private sovereign treasury operating system. It functions as a non-custodial technical layer that separates your capital from the bank's internal ledger. The process begins by sweeping the disputed funds into a blockchain-verified escrow account, holding the money in a secure environment instead of sending it directly to the bank. This movement facilitates a legal maneuver under UCC Section 3603, known as a conditional tender. A conditional tender informs the bank that the funds are ready for disbursement, but they are being withheld until the bank provides a verified accounting of the debt. The difficulty lies in demonstrating to the bank that you have the liquidity to pay without giving them the ability to seize it prematurely. You resolve this using the notary chain. This generates a machine-readable proof of funds that is attested by a civil law notary. Because this proof is tied to a specific SHA-256 hash, it provides mathematical and legal certainty that the funds are available. With this cryptographic anchor in place, the bank can no longer claim you are in default due to a lack of funds. Your liquidity is now a matter of public, verifiable record. Once the trustee's funds are proven, the focus shifts to the bank's records. You issue a notice of material accounting discrepancy, citing federal transparency requirements under RESPA and the FDCPA. This notice demands a complete transaction history and documentation of the bank's authority to collect. You are legally notifying them that mere balance summaries are insufficient for fiduciary verification. If the bank cannot or will not provide these records, they have essentially made it impossible for the trustee to fulfill the contract's original intent. Because the bank is withholding the data required for a lawful payment, the original purpose of the agreement is impaired. This allows the trustee to invoke the doctrine of frustration of purpose, suspending the requirement to pay until the bank accounts for the funds. This demand for adequate assurance effectively locks the escrow vault, protecting your assets until the bank provides proof that meets the blockchain standard of accuracy. This process effectively paralyzes the bank's ability to automate a default. The leverage has shifted back to the individual. The blockchain provides a continuous, mathematically proven tender of payment. As long as that tender exists in escrow, the trustee remains protected from charges of non-performance. This shield prevents the bank from accruing late fees or attempting to extract the funds from your smart contract-controlled account. Most legacy banking systems are fundamentally incapable of producing the certified, granular accounting records required to satisfy this level of legal scrutiny. This is preventive legal engineering. It ensures the rules of the transaction are enforced by the code and the law before a dispute can even begin. By linking ancient fiduciary duties with immutable blockchain records, you are no longer a passive consumer. You are a sovereign trustee with the tools to defend your capital. Through this integration, the burden of proof finally rests on the institution, replacing institutional trust with cryptographic verification.